We had one injury tonight with Jamal Carter. It was I think a left knee contusion. That's pretty much it. So a clean night as far as injuries.
What did you see from Paxton and Trevor tonight in the quarterback area?
Well, I saw Paxton make some plays with his legs, which he should. He's an athlete, and Trevor he was solid. He was Trevor. He made good decisions. His ball placement was on point tonight. He controlled the huddle, so I was pleased with Trevor.
Do you expect to make a decision this week?
I'm not sure. Again, the time frame's not important. What's important is we get it right. So it could be this week, it could be next week, but we're going to go back and watch the tape and see where we are.
Wouldn't you like, though, to have whoever your guy is against the Chargers get a full week with the rest of the...
Against the Chargers? Against the Packers, you mean, Mike?
I'm talking about the guy that is going to quarterback against the Chargers.
I see.
You would want him to...
That would be ideal, absolutely, because our starters, should play a half of football versus Green Bay, and that's going to be our first official game plan game, of the season. So that would be ideal. Yes.
I mean, it does... Paxton is exciting. I mean...
Yeah.
It is... it's going to be hard, I guess, to have either one sit.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, we've got two quarterbacks. We've got two good young quarterbacks that I've been pleased with for the entire camp. So whoever wins the job is going to be the right guy for our football team, and whoever's the backup is going to be a pretty good backup. So it's exciting to have two guys.
Bowles figured out how they call holding in the NFL.
Yeah,
Tonight.
he wasn't alone. We've had last week 10 penalties, tonight 9 penalties. So way too many penalties as far as the holding, the offsides, false starts. So it was sloppy. So I wasn't pleased with that part of it. Winning's fun, but how we finished the game, and how we lost some third down because of penalties, that wasn't what I wanted. But I get it. It's early, but it's time to make that change. Last week was 10, this week was 9. Way too much.
Vance, you've been around a lot of football. You ever seen 6 flags on one play?
First time. That was bizarre. They couldn't even explain the penalties. That's never happened in my career.
I know in any game you want to get through it as clean as possible.
Sure.
Was tonight like a real breath of relief for you, considering the way things have piled up a little bit?
As far as injuries.
As far as injuries.
Yes. We had tonight, guys. We had 7 out of 11 starters on defense out tonight. So absolutely. We had one minor injury with Jamal Carter. So yes, to leave here and not have a major injury was good.
With all those starters out, how pleased were you that your defense pushed the shutout first half?
Very pleased, and that speaks to our depth up front, especially with Zach Kerr and Gottsas, even inside backer with Zaire playing tonight, Anderson and Corey. So that was big for those kids to go in there and to play like starters. That's important to find some guys who can provide depth for you, especially with the linebacker deal and the D-line deal. So that was fun to see.
You've embraced the idea of competition
Yeah.
position. As a first-year head coach, as it relates to quarterback, is it important regarding the locker room that the guy that's played the best wins the job? I guess that externally it comes up, one kid's a top prospect,
Right.
the other's not.
That does not matter.
Okay.
Whoever wins the job wins the job. He's the best guy for our football team. So where you draft it does not matter. It's about performance, not potential.
D'Angelo was electric again tonight.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he's a special runner. What we saw in the spring, you couldn't kind of verify because it's not tackling. But he made guys miss all spring, and obviously in training camp he made guys miss. But to watch him in open space is fun to see because he's going to make the first guy miss most of the time, and his long speed is pretty good for a little guy. So once he pops, he can. He's a home run hitter. So it's fun to see.
Does D-line stop the run? I know especially when you consider Wilkes out, Chris out,
Right.
what you see from them. Looked like Kurt in particular stepped up.
Kerr played well tonight. That run game is tough because it's a fast track zone running team that cuts the backside. We hadn't seen that entire camp and entire preseason. So I was impressed with Kerr impressed with Goss for stopping that run game because it's a tough run game. It's nasty.
Barber was first string a lot of the week, and then today he started Max.
Mhm.
Look at left guard. Just can you talk about
Well, both guys are getting first team reps. I think Garcia went the first series and then Barber went the second series. So it was kind of like practice. They kind of switched off series to see, who's going to win that job. But again, it's open competition, with the left guard spot, the right guard spot. Leary's played really well, so I feel good about him there. Billy's played, well at right guard, and he's playing some right tackle now. So, that offensive line's coming along. I mean, that's a group that we needed to improve, and we've done that.
What have you seen from Shelby Harris stepping into those two guys out there?
Shelby made some plays in the pass game tonight as far as rushing, and he had one PBU on a big third down. So, but Shelby's been consistent the entire camp. He works hard. He's a veteran player that's played in this league, so I'm not surprised he's playing well.
Back to the running backs, I mean, we're not 2 weeks away from cut down day. It's going to be, at some point you're going to probably have to start looking at how you break it. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but you're going to have some good running backs that may not end up on this team.
Absolutely, that's the way it should be, and we've got 4 or 5 backs that we feel good about. Even Booker should be back week 1 or 2. So it's a good group, and it should be that way.
Jordan Taylor coming on this week? I mean, you got room for all those receivers?
No, we don't. We don't. So whoever's the best 6, they'll make the football team. But I like Jordan. Jordan's good.
What did you see on that play? It looked like Trevor read the blitz. Was that supposed to be a back shoulder, or was that just a reaction to the pressure?
It's a reaction to the coverage. It was a called go route, but the corner was on top. So the corner's on top, he throws the back shoulder. If the corner is in the tray, he throws the high shoulder. So it's a reaction off the coverage. Great ball placement on that ball.